was telling, I always tell you the non-sensitive stuff from the back channel. I thought last week Rounds was a great game, not 100% amazing for streaming for us. And I thought Can't Drive This was like the antithesis. I'm not sure the game was all that good, but for streaming it was like an enormous bop. And I think Isaac might have gotten the Venn diagram to be like a perfect circle. It's obviously an amazing game and fun for streaming as well. The only downside is the technicalities, but we're working the turkey through. One day they'll get fiber internet in the Midwestern part of the United States, and then it won't be as much of a problem anymore. Anyway, moving on. So we're leaving the Spirit Hearts behind. Send it. We're leaving, really? The Spirit Hearts behind for now? Because we're just going to go get them later anyway. We're going to get them later. Protect Esau. Don't forget, you're here forever. Dude, Dan, if you are still like doing stuff with Jacob and Esau, let me tell you, the double bomb technology is actually like unbelievably good. If you have multiple bombs, being able to use them at half price on the boss is like, it's incredible, man. The baby impression, let's go. Let's go! Like that, right? Almost knocked over this bubbly. What the heck? I didn't finish my last can of bubbly. It's important because we haven't done boss rush. Oh, warm bubbly versus cold bubbly. It's not even close, man. Give me that cold. Two of spades. Two of spades. Can of corn and I'll be all right. Warm sparkling water, it's not all that, man. It's not all that.
Who thinks it's all of that?
You actually need a bubbly sponsorship? I think we got a great thing going on with bubbly right now. Every time I tweet about them, people get into their mentions and say sponsor this man, but it is not yet at the level of corporate cyberbullying, which is where I think you need to stay if you want to maintain a good relationship with the brand. I think we're in a great spot. Excuse me? Pardon? Excuse me? Okay, you should take this. No, don't pick up the messages. That's what I'm saying. We got a good thing going right here. Sorry, my eyes are a little offset from one another. It's hard to tell. I have no idea what this fly is, but I'm happy to see it. I'm all of a sudden unhappy to see it because I think I'm not gonna be able to account for how enemies move. But you know what? That's a baby plum. Baby plum, do 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 do. Baby plum, do 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 do. Baby plum. By the way, thank you. Somebody on the subreddit left an assortment of children's television shows that we may want to consider watching instead of the bad television shows when our daughter's old enough. I don't know what Greed Sack does. I appreciate it. I have seen a little bit. The most common show that came up in the thread was Bluey. I have seen a little Bluey. It's about like an Australian family. There's like Breaking Bad was up there as well. It was kind of like the episode of Bluey that I saw was kind of like real, but it was also like a little messed up, right? So in Bluey, like the dad, he was taking his kids, like they're all like literal dogs, like because it's a kids show, they're all canines. But he was like, "All right, kids, we're going to the dump." And then he was like going to the dump and he got distracted while he was driving and like, almost cut somebody off or something. And his kids were like making fun of him for not being a good driver. And I was like, man, that's like, that's too real. But then when they got to the dump, he was throwing out like his old kids' drawings. Or his kids' old drawings, I should say. And They like got caught in the wind and then blew back into the car, so the kids realized that he was throwing out their drawings, and they were like, "Dad, why are you throwing out our drawings?" And I was like, I was kind of in the same boat. I was like, "Yo, if you're going to the dump to toss out your kids' old drawings, you didn't have to take them in the car with you. That just seems like, you know, a recipe for trouble." Also, you should recycle that stuff, mate. Okay, so here's the deal. These are both great, obviously. Jacob, you need one of those. Jacob does touch it. I mean, Esau. Esau touches it. Jacob touches that one. And then apparently you get a stat upgrade every time you buy something if you buy Greed's sack. If that, anytime you buy an item or anytime you buy anything. Let's chat. Let's test it. Anytime you buy anything, that's unbelievably good. That's insanity. Oh, you gotta buy it as Esau, of course. Yeah, my bad on that one. But still, that's like incredible. That's so good. Permanently? 24-hour stat upgrade permanently?
Permanent.
Might as well. Might as well. It's permanent. Oh my god.
It's
How did the episode end? I don't know. I turned it off because I'm not 4 years old. Watch something for adults like 90 Day Fiance. I apologize. You're absolutely right. Change the title. Please revert the title to The Balding of Isaac. And we're good to go. All right. This run definitely has the potential. We got Mom's Knife. We got great damage on Jacob as well. I've also, I think I unlocked some on YouTube. I think I unlocked some tainted characters we could do some work on. Did you watch episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier? If you'll excuse me, I'm just, my headphone cord's shorting out here. There we go. So we will be buying a new headphone cord. Finally. Because I've been cyberbullied by electricity into doing it. I thought it was a good episode. The show, it's grabbing me more. I go up and down on the show, I guess. I know, like, I apologize because I've repeated the same take a billion times. Oh, the chimpanzee. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. You didn't have to do that. Much appreciated. But, like, I almost find the show, like, a little too Marvel-y. But it's not like a real criticism, I guess. Like, that, the criticism, I guess, is that it's a little bit too attached to the Marvel pacing and formula that I'm used to. But it is also good. Like, it's workmanlike is how I think about it right now. You know, it's not a show where you'd be like, oh, you absolutely have to watch it, I think, unless you're super into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But it's a show where I'm like, you know, I have a good time every episode. I look forward to it every week. Oh, Mouth. Oh, Beast first try, baby. Beast first try, baby. Would you look at that? He's done it. Mouth, you watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier? What's your take? Do you think that John Walker is a spoiler? Do you think John Walker is a spoiler? Hey, excuse me. I didn't get hit. First try, baby. Dodge this guy. First try, baby. Wormwood, first try. But I have a hot take, okay? And it's a hot take that I think actually some people will agree with. I think I'm slightly late to the party. But my honest to goodness hot take, if you're ready for this, is that I think Disney Plus will surpass Netflix in number of subscribers within the next 18 months. I think Disney Plus is gonna usurp Netflix in the streaming wars. I don't know if it's gonna last forever. You know, that's too early to say. But I think they are gonna it's gonna become more of a fair fight. Okay, isn't it? You make me spiky. I definitely believe that Netflix has a broader audience. For now. Loads. Oh, magnetizing tears. I don't know if I should have done that one, but we'll see. But Disney also, I mean, it's... The Disney Plus shows have been very good so far, for the most part, or at least pretty good. And let's get both of these guys set up. So presumptuous, you know? Netflix has a lot of Asian content you don't watch, so you don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me, my wife is watching all those shows. This isn't on Netflix, it's on K On Demand. But if you want to talk to somebody about the hit Korean show, The Penthouse, talk to my wife about it, okay? You think you know everything. Okay, hold on. Let's just have Jacob get it. Are the shows good? I'm gonna need that person who accused me to leave the chat first before I give you my honest opinion. But I think Disney Plus, I think it's got a lot of advantages. Like, one is, everybody knows Disney as a brand, and I also trust them to just, like, basically milk every franchise, because that's what they're good at. But milk it in a way that is largely, like, agreeable for people who actually enjoy the original property to begin with. You know, I think most of the people... Oh, don't get hit, don't get hit. Use the sun card if you can figure out how to do it. Most of the people are like, you know, you watch The Mandalorian, you're like, I'm kind of being milked a little bit, but I'm having a good time. You watch the Marvel stuff, you're like, I'm being milked, but I'm enjoying myself, you know? It's an enjoyable milking. I'll stand by that.
I almost fucking died. Why
and then, like,
is it
you
so
might say, what about
loud?
the live action, like, remakes? They're not for you. Like, not to be rude. They're for, you know, undiscerning general audiences that largely consist of children. So... grab it. Then, the other thing I'm saying is that they also have a great selection of kids' movies, including Pixar stuff. And then, secondarily, I think people really underestimate... I mean, obviously I have a kid, so I'm like in this group now where I'm like, nobody thinks about, you know, what it's like to have a kid. But I think people underestimate the amount of... the size of the audience out there that basically just wants to be able to, like, you know, pay $10 a month and have access to the entire Disney vaults. I think that audience is large and will continue to grow. And the other thing I'm going to say is that I think people underestimate the actual back catalog that's on Disney Plus, because they've, you know, rolled up every single other film company in existence up to this point. Don't hit me. Like, that would be rude. So there's like a lot of stuff on there, man. I support it. I think that Disney Plus will get closer to Netflix than people think. I just watched Monday Steak. Steak, baby. Monday Steak. I can only base it on, like, myself as a consumer. Number one thing I boot up is cable TV, so I can't be trusted. But I look at Netflix like last.
God
now.
damn it!
It has its chance, and then, like, there's been like 6 months of just as dry as a bone, man. And then they had the audacity to raise the price while it was dry as a bone. And I was like, what are you... Come on, man. I'm rooting for you here. We don't really want Bumbo, but we might as well take both items. What the heck was that other heart? Yeah, I don't want dry bones. I want to get milked, dude. Exactly. Disney Plus does indeed have Scrubs. If you're into that sort of thing. There have been times in my life where I've been into that sort of thing. Wait, really? Yeah, I'm assuming it's in the US as well, but at least in Canada, Disney Plus has Scrubs. They also have all the Disney original series from like the mid 2000s if you want to see like the origin story of Jake Paul. And I will say, I think I've been talking up the Disney Plus movie catalog a little much because it has Big Trouble in Little China, which was like exactly what I was looking for. However, I went through on the weekend and I was like, maybe I'll find a movie to watch on Disney Plus. And I actually scrolled through the entire list A to Z in like less than 10 minutes, I would say. From 101 Dalmatians all the way down to, like, I don't even know, Xena Warrior Princess. I got all the way to the